may two essential applicable laws in trading crypto, no, sa Wyckoff method. Actually, tatlo yan. Dinisregard ko na yung 3 dahil hindi siya essential in the crypto markets. Unang-una sa lahat, yung first essential law is yung law of supply and demand. Pangalawa is yung law of cause and effect. So, ano ba to? Yung law of supply and demand or yung essential law number 1, na-discuss ko na yan. So, basically, ano lang siya? Demand and supply, law of supply and demand lang siya. So, basically, kunwari, pag nakikita mo yung presyo bumabagsak, it just tells you na demand falls and then supply rises. Or basically, yung buyers mahina, yung sellers malakas. Then, vice versa lang din. If nakikita mong tumataas yung presyo, ang pinakasimpleng explanation lang nun is mas malakas yung buyer versus the sellers. So, yun yung essential law number 1. So, doon nag-revolve yung yung Wyckoff method. So, for example, in this chart, meron kang perceived area of demand. So, at this area, dito nag-bounce yung price. Then, meron kang perceived area of demand, area of supply. Then, price breaks above it and breaks above the trading range. So, it just signifies mas malakas yung buyers versus the sellers. So, in turn, doon nag-transition to a markup phase tong chart na to, no, which is yung BTC on the weekly. So, interpreting this chart, no, so ito na yung parang distribution range natin. Ito na yung established trading range natin for 2021 to 2022 or 2023 up to 2023. So, makikita natin na nag-transition siya from distribution to markdown, no? Dahil makikita mo naman may established support trend line ka, then price breaks below that. So, ibig sabihin lang doon na yung sellers are stronger than buyers, no? Then, right now, yung dating resistance now serving as support na. So, ganun lang yung essential law number 1, which is yung law of supply and demand. Next is essential law number 2, which is the law of cause and effect. So, yung law of cause and effect is a cornerstone principle of the Wyckoff method. So, it is primarily used as a measure, measure predetermined targets based on the size of the reference trading range. So, basically, measured target siya, no? So, yung cause mo is the trading range and then the effect, once na nag-break out yung presyo above the trading range, yun yung magiging perceived measured target mo. So, for example, this is your trading range. Yan yung accumulation range mo, worth 100 units. Once na mag-transition siya to a markup phase, most likely or most probably, the effect will be at around 100 units din. So, 1:1 lang. 1:1 lang siya. Pwede rin, meron kang soft target, which is the 50% extension of this trading range. So, for example, ito yung trading range mo, ito yung resistance area mo. Pag nag-breakout, yung soft target mo is 50 units above the resistance and then your hard target is 100 units above resistance area. So, ganun yung approach or ganun yung perceived law of cause and effect ni Wyckoff, ni Richard Wyckoff, no? So, ano ba yung importansya ng measured targets or also known as Wyckoffian targets? So, yung importansya niya is without knowing the potential target areas, it is hard to determine whether yung reward to risk ratio is attractive or not. So, basically, ang importansya niya is to manage your expectations on the upside and as well as para ma-measure mo yung reward to risk ratio, no? Kung okay ba siya, kung okay ba i-take yung trade or not. So, for example, ito, meron tayong na-establish na reaccumulation trading range. So, siguro yung iba hindi pa familiar kung ano yung reaccumulation na concept. But basically, it is a base or a failed distribution, no? Failed distribution in which price breaks above the resistance level. So, ito yung reaccumulation trading range natin. Kung gaano kalaki to, pag nag-breakout yung presyo dyan, most likely ganun din kalaki yung size on the upside. So, 1:1 lang 100% fib extension, no? So, log-based dapat. So, yun yung trading tip ko lang din. Always use log-based targets dahil based yan on the percentage move, not the absolute value move. So, this is to have a more accurate target based on the percentage basis, no? So, bigay ako na example bakit siya importante. So, for example, di ba, alam niyo na yung concept ng Wyckoff logic or pinakasimpleng concept of accumulation, markup, distribution, and then markdown. So, for example, dito, sa ADA, meron tayong na-establish na accumulation range, no? So, ito yung parang perceived accumulation range natin. So, dapat, ang gagamitin mong targets is, or measured targets is log-based. So, paano mo siya i-set? Unang-una sa lahat, i-toggle mo yung log scale. Pindutin mo yung yung fib retracement mo. I-set mo yung mga settings na yan, which is 0 to 1, or 0.5, and then 1, and then 1.5, and then 2. So, basically, yung 1.5 is the 50% extension. Yung 2 is the 100% extension. Then, itoggle mo yung fib levels based on the log scale. So, makikita mo na pag pinindot ko yan, nag-iiba yung diba? Yung targets. So, kung non-log scale siya, ang liit lang ng target area mo, which is set at 0.17, no? Or 0.18. Pero kung finib level natin siya, lumalayo yung target, no? So, based sa percentage. Based sa percentage. Which is, kung i-measure natin yan, around 270%, same thing lang din. Diba? Same thing lang din. So, ganun lang siya simple, no? So, log base mo siya or i-log composition mo siya. Yun. Anyway, just a trading tip, no? So, bigay pa ako na isang example. So, for example, BTC. Like yung kaninang pinakita ko. So, let's say ito yung reaccumulation trading range natin. So, iset mo yung fib retracement mo. Then, iset mo siya at 0, 2.5, 1, 1.5, and then 2. Then, toggle mo yung fib level based on log scale. So, makikita nyo, no, kung hindi siya log scale, ang measurement niya lang is from 3,700 to 14,125. So, absolute value yung basis niya, no, which is at around 11,000. So, kunwari, ang perceived breakout mo or perceived confirmation mo is at 14,200. Magiging target mo lang is at 24,700. Pero kung ilo-log scale natin siya, ang target mo is at 54K. 54,000, no? So, yun yung niya, yung importansya ng log-based targets, no? So, yung in-indicate ko lang dito na 100 units, percent basis siya, no? Percent basis, not absolute value basis.